Tuesday. We got Lay in the building. We got Cap in the building. Cabs can't make it tonight, but he's here in spirit on Lay.
My man, just chilling, brother, chilling.
What's up, Cap? How you doing?
Doing pretty good.
Is that and the father goes shamefully? That's my son. And the other guy goes shamefully. Orion goes, that's my father. Choose fear and hate to run your life. Something you can't do. That was wrong with me from the beginning. I was doing it that way. I was gonna go down that path. I worried.
You thought it was Grayson?
Sorry, got hurt. It's like not him. Not him.
Crack his brain for somebody, anybody that can help, and remembers. Freeze.
The media.
No,
Randall
Savage.
You're Randall Savage. With his knowledge and all other shit and his capacity to learn.
Absolutely.
This is the only vegan I'll ever eat is grilled chicken wings, because that's like vegan to me. You know what I'm saying? Because the chicken wings are supposed to be fried, but you grill the chicken wings and you put it in some sauce and give it some blue cheese.
Is vegan.
That's vegan. Like regular moo cow fuck milk. Put it in some Honey Nut Cheerios. Vegan, because Honey Nut Cheerios is good for your heart. You know what I'm saying? Can I steal the question from Cabs?
I got it right. Look at this.
I would also like to steal. I would also like to steal. I would also like to steal.
You're too late.
Wow.
I stay loose, I stay hype, I stay loose, I stay hype, I stay loose, I stay hype. I could do this all night, cause I do what I like. Yeah, I do what I like, yeah, I do what I like. Sipping goose, sip is right, and I go with the flow. Yeah, I go with the flow, yeah, I go with the flow. Cause I know I'm the show. In the zone, here I go. In the zone, here I go. In the zone, here I go. Yeah, they know I'm a pro. Let's go, let's go! Yeah! Let's go! Here I go, I get lit, I get hyped for this shit! Right.
Word. He be like, I got a left elbow and a right elbow. I can break your face with an any elbow. Make sure that you get elbowed in your elbow with an elbow. Got the arm ball, get the phone ball, get around with the bomb with the bomb ball.
That is going to take you to Jersey Shore.
It's Tuesday night and it's time to fight. We got U.S. Navy in the building. We got toe tags in the building. There might be others coming. There might be others sunning. But there ain't nobody else wanting. You're me.
I don't know what else to do.
Listen, man, I got rhymes for days, but it's times that I say some stupid shit. What's going on, Cap?
Not much. Just
Hear that,
hype
man.
About Daredevil.
Word, we got 2 episodes last week.
Yep.
5 and
1
6.
episode this week, I think.
Which is crazy. What's going on, Normal Guy? I like the other one better.
I finally figured out how to put the chat on my screen so I can see what's going on.
Fuck it, we that one for now. But yeah, we got 2 episodes of that was crazy.
Yeah.
So you're gonna need to explain the chicken being vegan.
I got it right here. Chicken wings are vegan, especially if you grill them shit. Because grilled chicken wings is like Honey Nut Cheerios. You put some moo cow fuck milk in it. Honey Nut Cheerios is good for your heart. I think that's almost verbatim.
Yep. Come on, Damien. I guess with the times. That's with the times. You feel me? but yeah. They were 2 very different episodes, but they were 2 very good episodes.
Yeah, but there was reasoning behind each episode.
Yeah. But before we get into that, I want to ask you, which it might turn into a segment of the day, but who wins? This is an all-out brawl. This is 8 men.
Jesus Christ, 8 men, okay.
Silver Surfer
Okay.
Spawn, Lobo, Darkseid, or his show likes to call him Darkseid, Thanos, Kratos, Amazo, or the Ghost Rider.
Are we talking about powers as is?
Yes.
Darkseid. Ghost Rider and Spawn kind of cancel each other out. As powerful as you would think Silver Surfer is, Silver Surfer has been fucking nullified thousands of times. So he's not that big of a threat. Amazo's just a robot. Who else was there?
Kratos.
Kratos from God of War?
Yeah.
He's no different than just having some strong dude. Like,
Thanos.
so Thanos and Darkseid are the Anagas, right? They're the ones that are the same. Because fuck, I'm blanking on the names. If you look up who made Thanos.
Jack Kirby.
Jack Kirby, yeah. Jack Kirby, he did Darkseid for DC first.
Jim
And then
Jim Starlin and Mike Frederick. Jim Starlin was the creator.
Of Thanos?
Yeah.
I know Jack Kirby did Darkseid. I believe.
Yeah, Jack Kirby did make. Hold up. All right.
All right, while he's looking that up, I'm going to finish my explanation. They're essentially the same person. But Darkseid is more powerful at his base level. He's smarter at his base level. He's more vindictive at his base level. So if we're going just on base level alone, you gotta put the guy who already has an edge. And I hate to say it, the Ghost Rider's penance there, I don't think is gonna work on Darkseid. Because in order for the penance there to work, it has to be on somebody that is going to feel remorse for what he's done. And
Yeah.
Darkseid don't give a shit. You might get Thanos, but Darkseid does not give a shit. You do the penance there to Darkseid, and he's gonna be eating popcorn, going, "Oh, I remember that. That was a good one."
Yeah. So, Lay in the group chat said Darkseid. Now, Hotch said Ghost Rider will take them all out with the exception of Silver Surfer with his penance there.
Not true.
And Lay goes, remember, it didn't work on the Punisher, so I highly don't think it would work on Darkseid.
Yeah, that's the one thing that people don't understand about the penance there. And it has to be on somebody who is going to serve penance. Like, for example, I was a massive fucking cakes, cookies, ice cream guy, right? If you come up to me now and try to shame me for my past of eating pints of ice cream and cookies and all that, it's not gonna work. I don't care. I will eat this shit again. I don't give a fuck.
Right? You ate all that ice cream? Yes.
Yeah, my response to that would be like, yeah, I ate all that ice cream. You look at it and eat yours too.
Bitch.
And yeah, like I said, Darkseid is just, he has an edge already. So you got to go with that. And the reason I'm specifying base level is because both Spawn and Ghost Rider have went up to God level powers, with Spawn being the literal God. So at that level, Spawn maybe has the edge, and then it's a toss up. Ghost Rider's right there with him. But if we're not going to the if we're going to the extremes, that's one thing. But in a base fight, Thanos, Darkseid. Darkseid has only ever looked for the anti-life equation. He's never looked for stones. He's never looked for a gauntlet. He's never looked for anything superfluous. I can't even say that word. So, I'm not even gonna try. He's never looked for any extra fucking thing to give him an edge. So you don't got to worry about him using a torpedo bat or stick him on the ball. I know I'm stepping on your Wednesday show.
Shit. So what about Lobo?
Man, Lobo's easily fucking defeated. Wolverine beat his ass.
All right.
And like Lobo is the, how can I put this? Lobo's the dude who's like, yo, this guy is gonna be fun as hell to watch. Get his ass handed to him. Because he's going to look like he's going to be good. And he'll get a couple of swings in. I mean, he's strong. He's crazy. He's all that shit. But at the end of the day, Darkseid's not going to put up with him. Kratos is not going to fucking put up with him.
Darkseid will be able to kill Lobo?
Yeah.
I thought Lobo was like immortal.
Well, all right, let's get the parameters down. Are we talking about winning the fight or killing everyone?
Well, I mean, I don't think you can kill everyone there, right?
Yeah, certain people you can't kill.
So, yeah, I guess winning the fight.
Yeah, he can beat the shit out of Lobo.
So, let's say Lobo can die. Could he kill him?
Yes.
I know. But, all right, next question. Someone posted up. If there's ever a time to introduce Blue Marvel into the MCU, now is the time. With a picture of Blue Marvel uppercutting the Hulk.
You know how I would introduce Blue Marvel? And it's probably too late to do this. In the Fantastic Four.
In that universe?
Yeah, because it's the 1960s.
Mm-hmm.
It's an alternate time. We don't have to ask why the fuck he hasn't shown up where he's been. He's been with the Fantastic Four. We can stick with the story where we can prevent the whole racism in America fucking story, because we just went through it with Cap and Sam Wilson. And just go with he has his powers but hasn't stepped up yet because the Fantastic Four had already stepped up. And then when Battle World happens, or when Secret Wars or Doomsday, whenever they cross with each other for the first time, when that movie happens, he gets sucked in, and Reed Richards is like, shit, a civilian came with us. We got to protect him. And we do the reveal. Oh, no. You don't have to protect me. Matter of fact, it'd probably be better if you stand behind me.
Yeah.
And now, when Reed Richards comes in and they see, shit, we got a Hulk. Who knows what happens with Sentry and Thunderbolts. We got that dude. We got other power players. What the fuck's going on? Reed can look back and go, all right, not only do we have the Thing, but now we got our own heavy hitter.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Now, I think we mentioned this before, but do you think Denzel would be perfect for Blue Marvel?
Yes, he would be, but he's in Wakanda doing whatever for part 3. So who knows who the fuck he's gonna be?
Uh, What if Blue Marvel went to Wakanda and never left?
Where the fuck was he doing the Battle of Wakanda when Thanos came down?
He was the machine.
He was what?
They put him in a chamber, and his mind is the machine that Siri used to fucking deactivate Vision.
Dude, you tell a better story of if T'Chaka was like, the world's not ready for a black superhero with that much power. You sit your ass in this cave, motherfucker, and watch this vibranium.
Shit, well, he did a bad job watching the vibranium with Killmonger. Shit. All right, all right, all right. Would Blue Marvel do anything in that battle?
I'd still have to go with Darkseid because Darkseid has beaten the shit out of Superman so many times. And as you, as you pointed out last week, Superman can fucking sneeze. And Superman doing this without fully sneezing destroys 6 universes. So
Yeah, right. Shit. All right. On other news, John Wick Chapter 5 officially in the works, and Keanu Reeves is supposed to be coming back as John Wick.
yo, at a certain point, I'm gonna get to my max capacity of this fucking death means nothing. Let's bring back a fucking character that has died.
We didn't see his
And
body.
I'm going to turn around. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to turn around and go, oh, cool. John Wick 5. Hey, Cap, did you see it? No. And I will never see it. Quentin Tarantino has a fucking. He was asked in an interview about movies. And he said that, what was it? Toy Story. He's like, Toy Story was the perfect trilogy. They had the perfect end. So he didn't watch 4 and 5. I don't even know if there's a 5, but he didn't watch the next
I think
one.
there is a 5, yeah.
Because he said they told a perfectly good beginning, middle, and end, and he doesn't want to ruin the perfect trilogy he's got by watching any extra shit. So he refuses to watch all the other ones. I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna start when the character has a perfect end, and we're like, we can stop here.
One more.
I'm not watching it. The
So
only reason it worked for Saw is because Saw X did 2 things right. Right? One, this happened before he died. And 2, they realized that all the movies that came after Jigsaw passed were missing Jigsaw. But again, they smartly said, all right, we can put him in again before he died in part 3. Like Saw 11, I need to know what that's about. Because if it's not another one that's before 3, I'm probably not gonna go watch it.
you don't want to see a copycat movie?
No, like if Tobin Bell is alive again after he died in fucking part 3, I'm not gonna go watch it. I've watched every fucking Saw movie. I am a big Saw fan. If Tobin Bell's not in this movie, I'll go watch it. If it happened before 3, I'll go watch it.
What if he plays his twin brother?
Then I'm gonna play my twin brother who is bedridden and can't watch movies.
technically didn't see the body, but
We did
Alright.
see the body in fucking part 3.
Danny Yang is going to direct a John Wick spinoff movie about Kane. I guess about
It's
himself.
the blind man that he played. Now that movie I will see.
And the guy who's writing this wrote the Batman Part 2. Matt
wrote
Sin
what?
Tomlin. The man who's writing this movie has wrote the Batman Part 2. Matt Sin Tomlin.
Oh, so the sequel to Pattinson's Batman.
Yeah.
Maybe I won't go see this movie.
All right.
This movie would be this movie would be perfect for an hour and a half, and then we'd have to sit through another hour after that.
Okay, so
Hold
Now,
on, before you go into the next thing, there's obviously the big story of the cast that came out for Avengers Doomsday.
yes.
A Walk in the Park. That's the subtitle.
Ah.
But for reasons that Toad does not want to get spoiled on anything, we're avoiding that topic for right now. But we do know it exists.
I can mute you if you want to talk about it for a second.
Go ahead, and I'll give you a signal to. So, Avengers Doomsday is having the mega cast. Everybody you would think is coming back, and then they bringing back Gambit, who is Channing Tatum. They're bringing back the original X-Men, who played Cyclops. Ian McKellen for Magneto. Patrick Stewart once again for Professor X. Rebecca Romaine for Mystique. And I'm blanking on the dude, James Marsden. There you go. That's the guy who played Cyclops. They're bringing everybody back. This Hank McCoy, played by Kelsey Grammer. We don't know what universe we're getting because they're also bringing back the lady who played who's now Photon, who was in that end credit scene at the end of Marvels. So this is gonna be fucking bananas, and I can't wait to see a little bit more. My biggest issue though is at the end of the announcement, you saw Robert Downey Jr. just be Robert Downey Jr. and not be fucking Doom, which is starting to worry me. But we'll get into that topic when that movie starts coming out. Then, let's not take up too much more of the time for the man there. So,
All right.
and then she sat on a turtle.
Motherfucker. All right. So one last food win. But this is if you had the powers of Thor and you had to fight the person on your birthday, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna have if you had the powers of Thor or fuck it. Thor.
I mean, I can grab the hammer and get the power of Thor.
Yeah.
I probably would be worthy.
Yeah. So you're Thor, and we're gonna go down the list. And you had to fight Goku. Who would win?
Goku, because he knows actual martial arts.
All right. Thor versus Black Adam.
Oh, hold on. Again,
No, Thor. No, you're not
just
Thor. Thor, just Thor.
Oh, well, now that changes it because I was going off of me, and I was like, all right, he knows martial arts. I can't just muscle my way through it.
Just Thor.
Nah, still Goku, because if Goku's beating Superman in half of these arguments, he's beating Thor.
Okay, Black Adam.
Thor. Thor doesn't have that weakness of you get him to say his name and he reverts back. Thor could drop the hammer. Doesn't mean shit. He still fuck you up. He still got his lightning.
Would Black Adam be able to lift Moliere?
Fuck no.
Would Captain Marvel be able to lift Moliere?
Probably.
Superman.
I
don't know who the fuck this guy is. He's an anime character.
So you can't even pronounce the name, huh?
No, there's no name. It's just pictures.
Oh, what does he look like?
He got a brown jacket, like a white headband. Uh,
Oh, is he a guy from Naruto?
it looks like him.
You're gonna have to make that bigger. I can't. I can barely see.
I can't make the picture bigger. I can only make the words bigger.
Does he got an X on his chest? Like an X scar?
No,
I don't know who that is. That could be Luffy from One Punch or One Piece. But I don't know. He's more like Mr. Fantastic. So I think Thor would still win that.
okay. So then, Dark Side,
Dark Side.
One Punch Man.
It's like Tama. Huh. I mean, you kind of have to give it to the man who can hit anything with just one punch and win. Right?
All right, Doctor Fate,
Thor.
Beerus,
Who?
Beerus from Dragon Ball Z,
Oh,
the Destroyer.
well, I mean, if Goku's winning, then you got to go Virus because I don't even know if Goku could beat Virus.
So now here goes an interesting one. The Green Lantern,
Thor.
Doomsday,
Thor.
the Hulk,
The Hulk.
Flash.
I mean, which Flash is it? I know
Looks
you
like
can't
Barry
tell
Allen.
based on the.
It looks like Barry Allen.
That's a good one because Barry might be able to pick up the hammer. Because my whole thing would be, you get him close enough to you and time it right. You put the hammer on him, he can't go anywhere, and then you're just beating his ass.
Shit. Because I was gonna say that is like, imagine Flash with the hammer. That would be fucking crazy. All right, that was all of them.
Here's a question for you. What do you call it? Your birthday. You're getting attacked by Hyperion, the Void, Thanos, Mephisto, and Galactus.
Jesus Christ.
Pick the five MCU characters that you were gonna pick to protect you.
And the Fantastic Four be one.
No. I picked the Fantastic Four, the Avengers, the Defenders, the NWO.
Shit. I feel like the Thing knocked out Galactus before.
Hey, if you
But-
want to put them there, go ahead. I know somebody who's beaten two of the people I named. So
Captain America. No, Doctor Doom,
okay.
Ghost Rider,
Okay.
the Hulk, Blue Marvel, and it's 5, right?
Yep.
Colossus. Nah, nah. Shit. Think I want to say Captain Marvel.
Just say Captain Marvel.
Yeah, Captain Marvel.
I'd be going with Doom as well. Blue Marvel. I gotta get some firepower. Squirrel Girl, because she's beaten both Galactus and Thanos.
True.
America Chavez, because she just punch him into another dimensions. Good luck getting back, motherfucker. And Ant-Man, because I will tell him, shrink down, go into the anus, grow big. Fucking, we're done.
I mean, he's gonna have to get bigger to get in the Galactus's anus.
No, I got Squirrel Girl to take care of Galactus.
So you gotta take care of Thanos.
Ant-Man. That's what they wanted in Endgame, right?
Yeah.
Look at me. I'm making dreams come true.
Check. All right. So there's a rumor or conspiracy about the Titanic, and since you were in the Navy, you might have an inside track on this. And the rumor is that the iceberg did not sink the Titanic. Godzilla sunk the Titanic.
Is this an April Fool's shit? Because I'll tell you right now, the iceberg did not sink the Titanic. The iceberg did not. Poor planning and poor engineering of that ship is ultimately what caused the fucking Titanic to be destroyed. It was built incorrectly, and it should have been able to survive that hit with the iceberg. It would have been damaged, but it still should have been survivable. The fact that it was poorly engineered is what compounded what the iceberg did to it and caused all that other shit to happen and caused the first case in documented history of the strong independent woman who don't need no man but needed that motherfucker to put her on the fucking door.
Word.
And then kicked his ass off for anything better. And I know she don't watch here, so come at me, Gigi.
All right, Damien got a question. With people getting pissed with Robert Downey Jr. playing Dr. Doom, do y'all think Marvel should rethink about Dr. Doom and replace him with someone else other than Iron Man? Who would y'all want? You was talking about this, so I'll let you.
Yeah, so again, I've always been a proponent to put Luke Evans to play Dr. Doom. I think he's got the physicality, he's got the size, he's got the presence, he's got the accent, he's got the acting ability. He can play Doom without the mask without the mask with the mask. I think Robert Downey Jr. is not going to be able to get out of his own way when we see Doom. Now, can I be wrong? Yeah, I mean, the motherfucker did win an Oscar for playing Charlie Chaplin. I could be wrong.
I was wrong about Chris Evans.
There you go. So, should they replace him? No. It's too late. It's too much hype. And Marvel can't afford to be shaky right now. They can't afford to waffle and we're doing it, we're not doing it, we're doing it, we're not doing it. Captain America did not fail, but it was not a hit. Spider-Man, the Spider-Man cartoon, nobody was watching, even though it's good. Daredevil seems to be a big win right now. I believe in my heart of hearts that Thunderbolts is probably going to be the best Marvel movie this year. You got the Fantastic Four coming. That'll hopefully be good and keep momentum rolling. Just fucking stick with it. You brought him out on stage, stick with it.
You know, so here's a theory that I don't think anybody's ever said. I'm gonna, I got this based off of other people's theories, right? But here's a theory. The other theory that I got this off of was when Tony Stark discovered time travel, he actually went back in time and stopped Kang from doing certain things. That's why in Endgame you saw the dates on the computer. They put that out there, right? Now let's say Tony Stark went back in time to stop Kang, but created a variant of himself to become Doctor Doom.
Tony Stark went back to stop Kang and created a variant of Tony Stark that was Doctor Doom. That's what you said, right?
Yeah, like somehow he was like he went after Kang or something and he created. Oh, hold up. It's even better. What if when he spoke to his father in Endgame, his father, because remember, you're not supposed to fuck with time. Time tends to fuck with you back, right? What if his father became such a good dad because of his talk with Tony that Tony loved his parents, and when they died, that's when he became Doctor Doom? Because remember, the original story of Doctor Doom, because his mother was a witch, and he was a man of science, and they killed him. They killed his mother, and he was practicing magic to go into the realm to free his mother's soul. What if that's what he makes when he talked to his father, and the relationship was so good that that's what, instead of for him turning into an Iron Man, he became a man of science and learned magic from Doctor Strange and that shit, and he was trying to get his mother's soul, and that's what made Battleworld. So it's Tony Stark is Tony Stark. He's Tony Stark, but his name is not Iron Man. His name is Doctor Doom. It's not Victor Von Doom. It's Doctor Doom, Iron Man.
Here's the issue with that. The issue with that is you're now going to
I'll
tell
take some
us
peanut M&M, no more guy.
that an alternate timeline that should not exist because Rogers put all the stones back still branched off and is inconsequential because it's gonna get pruned and all that other shit that we know, right? Because he's got to get folded into the proper MCU, or it rewrites the history, making what we've seen in the original saga now obsolete, because this is the new history of what actually happened leading up to here. The real issue is that Robert Downey and both Russo brothers have already said he's not playing Tony Stark. He's playing Victor Von Doom. My issue with him is his acting.
Oh, yeah.
Every time I see him, he reads as Tony Stark. He has not done any piece of publicity for Marvel in which I look at him and go, okay, that's how he's going to do Doom.
And not for nothing, if he takes off that mask, he's going to look like Tony Stark. He's not going to look like Victor.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the fucking announcement trailer, he's sitting in the thing. He's like, dude, like none of that shit was Doom. That just looked like they brought Iron Man back.
Yeah.
And again, could I be wrong? I mean, nobody in their right mind thought that Jared Leto was gonna be a good Joker, and he turned out to be the best one of them all.
He would have been perfect as the Black Mask.
He would have been perfect as Victor Zsasz.
I'm trying to think his ass is the
That's the killer dude who scars up his.
okay.
Which he was the right hand man of the Black Mask in that fucking Birds of Prey movie.
Okay.
They muted him beyond belief.
Yeah. Well, apparently they muted a lot of people in that Birds of Prey movie. Speaking of movies, the next Tom Holland Spider-Man film will be officially titled Spider-Man Brand New Day. And I don't know why they don't call it Spider-Man Midday Afternoon or Spider-Man Right After Lunch. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Spider-Man, they forgot because he made them forget.
Like, I understand. Like, yo, it's crazy because I think Spider-Man's titles are the only ones that actually have something to do with the story. You know? But at what point do we get rid of the days? It's like, it's not a new day, but it's another day. Spider-Man 7. Lakers in 5.
It's a new day. Yes, it is.
Shit.
But I mean, that's the naming convention. You have the Amazing Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man 2. You have the original Spider-Man. Like, that's how you differentiate between the three.
Do you see the MCU making an Ultimates universe after Doom's? Which, to be honest with you, I think Doomsday and Battleworld and all other shit should be the beginning of multiverses. Because how would you sit there and, like, in the first half of the movie, you dragged all the multiverses together, and at the end of the movie, you made one universe? I think that would be one of those things where people be like, "Come on, man, you wasted that." It'd be like Thor Ragnarok all over again.
You're forgetting that Doomsday and Secret Wars are supposed to bring in Universal, Sony, Fox. They're not bringing in Earth 616, Earth 472, the Ultimate Unit. They're not doing that shit.
Yeah, but we getting Miles Morales?
Outside studio property IP.
Are we getting Miles Morales?
I mean, there's been rumors that they might actually have the animated Miles Morales show up in Secret War.
Well, they did have Childish Gambino show up in the across the multiverse.
Yeah, and so did Miss Yang, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, but Childish Gambino was actually in like a lockup container.
Yeah, so I mean, they can Who Framed Roger Rabbit this whole shit.
Which would have been dope. They did that in Multiverse of Madness. But we got Paint, the dangerous fucking multiverse of all.
Yo, I'm so I'm so fucking sick and tired of you ragging on this. You don't know the significance of the fucking Paint universe because you don't read. You don't read the goddamn comics, and you don't know that Sherman Williams, Benjamin Moore, and fucking whatever else at Home Depot where you can mix paint. You don't know how important that is. This shade of paint showed up in the MCU 506 times.
Which, yo, if you think about it, because she said that she traveled all the multiverses looking for her moms, right? But how come she can't control that shit yet? That's like me saying I hit a home run in every park, trying to see if I can hit it out of the park. and then I go to swing and I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Well, there's a difference between you picking up a bat in a batting cage and you facing a major league pitcher.
Shit,
It's a
not with them
difference.
torpedo bats.
There's a difference between you putting on boxing gloves and hitting a fucking bag with sand in it, and then you standing across the ring from somebody who actually knows what the fuck's going on. Just because you use the power don't mean you've controlled it or you've done enough due diligence to learn how to fucking manipulate it to your will. She's a kid. And as we both know, kids are fucking dumb.
So they should be smart enough to know some shit.
They should be, but that's not the purpose of a kid. Think about this.
Damien goes, God damn, y'all are real brothers. Y'all argue like true siblings. Shit, you don't even know us arguing. This is us having a regular conversation.
Yeah, that was an April Fool's shit.
Word.
Go back and watch earlier fucking podcast when it's just me and Toe, and we ended like an hour and 15 minutes.
For real. Shit. All right, so there's a lot of talk before we get into the Vagisil of the episodes. I just literally went past me, myself, and Irene, and there's a thing. Vagisil. What's the matter? What's the matter, honey? A little extra cheese on your taco? That was the post. Oh, there's a theory here. I want you to hear this theory. Let me see if I can get it.
Can you play without getting copyright strict?
I don't know. Can you hear that?
No.
All right. I don't know why.
The only reason I can respond to is because I know I can hear through the wall that you played something, but I don't hear it coming through the speaker.
Okay.
Have you heard this crazy theory about Steve Rogers? You got to stay till the end of this. Endgame showed us that Steve Rogers used the quantum time technology to return all the stones and Thor's hammer, and he purposely did this all by himself. Like, couldn't Ant-Man have gone with him? That would have helped. And so we're led to believe that he returned all the stones and lived happily ever after. But what if one stone wasn't returnable? What if he couldn't return the Soul Stone? It's already known that the deaths that happened because of the Soul Stone at Vormir cannot be reversed. And the Russo brothers did say that Cap did meet Red Skull, but they don't say what happened. So here's the big theory. Steve shows up with the Soul Stone, and Red Skull's like, dude, you can't return this. Those lives are now in the Soul Realm. This is the one stone that doesn't need to be returned, and it can't. So Steve had to keep the Soul Stone that whole time. Steve Rogers became the new protector of the Soul Stone forever. And it explains what Steve was doing that whole time. He was the protector of the Soul Stone. It's part of the reason he tells Sam it was beautiful. This was his new mission, his new way to guard the world. Now here's where it gets even crazier. If Steve is the new protector of the Soul Stone, he got to commune with the soul of Natasha and see how she's doing. And he can use that power to talk to Tony, his buddy. He's the protector of the Soul Stone. He can connect to that realm. And he even talked to the Thanos who dwells in the Soul Realm. But this is the best part of the theory. Marvel has already announced the Secret Wars. And we're going to see the biggest group of characters ever on screen in the MCU. And this is how we get to see Steve again in this crazy story because he kept the Soul Stone. There will be a moment in this crazy battle where Steve and Tony are needed, and it's the Soul Stone that can bring them to see everybody else. This is all making sense. Have you heard this crazy theory about
All right.
We kind of had to talk about this before, but this is a little different than what we were talking about. We got.
Here's my issue with that. If he couldn't bring back the Soul Stone, Thanos never gets the Soul Stone in 2014, or whenever he got it in 2019, I guess, in Endgame or Infinity War, and he never completes the snap. because the the stones were supposed to be taken from a place in time before Thanos got there and put back so that the stream continues in the way it's supposed to. Hence why in Loki, when he brought up that the Avengers fucked with time, the TVA was like, "Oh no, they're fine," because they eliminated any branch timelines that they would have created by setting everything back the way it was. So if Steve is holding on to this and doing some other shit, then Thanos could literally he could throw Gamora off that shit all day long. He's not gonna get it because it will not be there. Or we would have seen Steve have to give him the fucking stone. And again,
Or
no, think about this. If everybody's sitting there going, Steve Rogers would have never just sat in the past and watched all this shit happen, he would have been working behind the scenes. You honestly think you made that motherfucker the protector of the Soul Stone, he would have willingly sat there and let Thanos kill his daughter to get this shit, to do this fucking thing? You think he had the heart to do that, but not to stop Hydra taking over S.H.I.E.L.D. and not to stop Bucky from killing Tony's parents and all this other shit that happened, not to go back and grab Bucky so they don't fucking torture him and make him the Winter Soldier. All that shit he was cool with. Like, oh no, in the original theory, all that shit he couldn't fucking fathom. But Thanos coming here to get the Soul Stone to complete his mission, that he's like, yeah, my man, here you go. What's more than likely happen is he fucking put everything back, caused the fucking branch timeline, but his branch timeline was one that was going to get pruned anyway by the TVA. So he got to live his life with Peggy.
and they jumped him ahead of regular time.
They needed him to go back and finish the whole thing. So they let him go. His timeline died. Then, oh, how was it? It was beautiful. Are you going to tell me about her? No. Because why do I got to tell you about somebody that is no longer in existence? And I'm not talking about just passed on. That whole timeline no longer exists. And then, either he actually died of old age, because, I mean, he was old there, or he made a deal with the TVA, because the TVA knows who Cap is. They know what he's done. And they made a deal. We're going to prune this timeline anyway. Live it out. And when the moment comes for you to finish your thing, because for us, it was 5 seconds, right?
Yeah.
And in 5 seconds, you come back, you say your goodbyes, and then the TVA pruned him as well. That's the more logical fucking reasoning here.
Because what I thought was, if you can't give that stone back, then we run the risk of having multiple stones. Now, what if that stone is the soul stone until someone else gets the soul stone and on that planet? So let's say Thanos went into the soul realm, and whatever Steve Rogers had switched to another element, and now Thanos has the soul stone.
I don't know if that. I don't know if that all makes sense.
It,
It would
it
make
doesn't, but
sense that I'm returning this back to its natural place and time. And the deal is, any deal you make for this stone is permanent. So if you give it back to me, it goes back to me holding it. But what you gave up already is the payment. You're not gonna get it back. You already paid for this. No store credit, no fucking returns.
or what if you get to access the stone, the soul rum now? Because you have to go in there to get it. I would assume you have to go back in there to give it.
Not necessarily. I would imagine since the Red Skull is the keeper of the stone, he would be able to manipulate it back to where it needs to be without having to go back in.
I mean, I know they left us a lot of questions, but I could live with what they did with the soul stone a lot more than what they did with the hand in the ocean until the new Cat movie. So
Yo, we were talking about this the other day, and I want to bring it up because the time travel shit just adds so much unnecessary complication to it.
yeah,
And I can't remember exactly verbatim what I told you, but I think I said something along the lines of, it should have been that Thanos did his thing, scattered them amongst the universe, right? They show up. Where are the stones? The stones are scattered. Thor kills them. Now it's, instead of a time heist, we in real time have to go find the stones. They find all the major ones. The soul stone again requires a fucking sacrifice. So we still get Natasha's death and the meaningful shit there. The only difference is when you get to the time stone, Thanos had a fucking contingency plan, and that's where Ebony Maw shows up and manipulates the fucking time stone to bring Thanos back. And Thanos is now not 2014 Thanos, the our Thanos. And he comes back and he says the line, "Now I know what I must do." And now now the battle is, we have all the stones but one. He has one stone and needs the rest. We're all fighting to get back. They get all the stones back. Hulk snaps everybody back. Right? The stones don't disappear or anything like they do in the movie. They're just there. Thanos is about to fucking... Thanos is like, cool, you got all of them together. Maybe even strategically, he lets them have it, thinking it doesn't matter if you bring everybody back. I still have an advantage. Right? In his fucking arrogance and his new drive to now murder everyone instead of just half. He's struggling to get the fucking gauntlet. Tony grabs the fucking gauntlet, and then Tony repeats the line. Now I know what I must do. And then he does the sacrifice to get rid of Thanos and the army and keep everybody safe. And then you don't have any fucking questions. Because in that fight, Tony fucking dies. And Steve fucking dies.
yeah.
And we find out that Steve left a letter for Bucky stating clearly, Bucky, this shield was always supposed to go to you. But I know that you're going through what you're going through, and I know you don't think you're worthy of this. So with that in mind, Sam Wilson is the best person to hold this shield right now. Please help him, guide him to taking up the mantle. So you acknowledge the lineage while definitively stating, I know why you can't have it. That's why the best choice for this is this guy. Help him out. I'm not going to force this upon you.
Yeah.
For no reason.
I mean, that works.
And then, if you want to bring back if you want to bring back Iron Man and Cap, bring back Superior Iron Man. Bring back a different version of Tony that we haven't seen. Bring back Nomad. Or bring back Cap as U.S. agent. So that when we get our U.S. agent, John Walker, and he's sitting on Battle World and he sees, how fucking cool would it have been for John Walker to be sitting here like, shit, I'm in this big ass battle. He looks across the field and he sees another fucking black with the white and red stripes and the black star and the black shield. And he's like, oh, so there's another me out there. And he goes to do battle. And we're like, no, that's fucking Steve Rogers.
That'd be funny. He goes, another me. And he turns and goes, Captain America. With the little handshake, how he did in the TV show. No, but yeah, I mean, that makes sense. That would be dope. I don't know. Well, they opened up time travel because of Kang. And Kang was all fucked up.
Yeah, but they could have utilized Kang to introduce time travel without fucking up or leaving the questions we had. Because Kang quite honestly does come in, look at what the fuck's going on in the background, tries to manipulate shit from being unseen. And then there's a moment of weakness, now I'm going to come through and push. Well, how did all this shit happen? Well, it was me pulling these strings that set up these dominoes. And then any plot holes we had now get answered through Kang was in here manipulating shit behind the scenes. And then we get time to travel through him that lead into whatever the fuck we want to do without being attached to previous fucking lore.
Here's my question. And you actually made me think of this question while you was talking about Kang and shit. Now, if the TVA exists to stop branch timelines, how the fuck does the time zone exist?
Say again?
How does the time stone exist? Because that's literally something that fucks with time.
Well, if you remember in the TVA, they weren't worried about Infinity Stones. They said that whenever they get them, they get depowered in the time zone, and they're just fucking paperweights. And the time stone itself has not been shown to distort time in such a way that anytime you use it, it just creates a branching timeline. Because like if you think about the way that Doctor Strange used it, he didn't keep continuously making branching timelines. He introduced the concept of time to Dormammu, which is something Dormammu never had to think about. Because again, time is a human construct. Like,
yeah.
The only reason we know it's 10 o'clock right now is because somebody said that when the sky's this dark, we call it 10 o'clock. If somebody else got to name it, it could be fucking furry Junos right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then again, in Avengers Endgame or Infinity War, he used it just to look at the outcomes of how this would play out. He didn't do anything to branch out different timelines. He specifically tried to keep everything so that the one way we had to win was intact. I'll be right back. I gotta get a fucking bottle of water or something.
Yeah. 'Cause I do find it funny how Thanos himself said the one thing that actually would have made a difference in this fight, and you didn't even use it, was the time stone. And then he looked through 14 million different operations, and they showed in Multiverse of Madness that Doctor Strange could have killed Thanos himself with the Darkhold. So now it makes you think: did he see the potential of the Darkhold, and he, you know, decided that they needed to find another way because he didn't want to get corrupted, or was that really not something that he saw? Because the crazy shit is, I saw 14 billion ways or 14 million ways, and one of them is that you guys had to go back in time and fucking get the Infinity Stones to bring us back. Unless he didn't see that part. Unless he saw the part where they killed Thanos. And then maybe he assumed that, oh, they killed Thanos, they got the stones, and they brought us back. Maybe he didn't know they were going back in time to do all that shit.
I honestly believe that he saw that the one way to truly finish this, right? Like, I don't think he knew, because Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness came out after, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think he knew about multiple different realities and different multiverses. I think he looked at how this battle will play out, and the only way to have this battle, what do you call it? The only way to win this battle for us is to let Thanos win, so we can take him off the board and then worry about getting the fucking stones to bring everybody back. Because I don't think he even. Yeah, I think he just saw the only way they can win. And the simplest way would have been let him do it, and we'll worry about getting everything together when he's not around. Because he wasn't around until Nebula brought him back. So they were free to do whatever the fuck they wanted.
Yeah.
Because think about it. When do you not need a contingency plan?
When there's nothing there to fuck up your plan.
Yeah, when your plan succeeds.
Yeah. Shit. But enough of the
Oh, is
Infinity
it time?
War. No, not yet. But Nathan Fillion will appear as Guy Gardner in HBO's Landon series. And that series is set to premiere in 2026.
Okay. I know. I'm of two minds of this. I know how much he likes Green Lantern as a character. I know how good he is as an actor. And I know how much fun he likes to have just showing up in James Gunn projects. He should have been Hal Jordan.
He played the voice, right?
Yeah. He should have fucking been Hal Jordan. And some other schmuck should have been Guy Gardner.
because we're talking about him, it made me think of Rookie. What would you think of that guy that went out with Officer Chen?
Tim,
Yeah, as the Green Hornet.
perfect. We do a TV show. He's playing Britt Reed.
There you go. Write it. Send us the check. Write it. Let's do it. Here goes a little fact for you. I don't know if you know this. Iron Fist hearing is so extensive that he can hear the sweat running down the cheek of a person in another room.
I did not know that.
Neither did I.
I thought Danny Rand was only good at fisting. I didn't know he can hear as well.
Immortal fisting. But now, before we get to these last two episodes, the episodes that happened last week, there's a lot of talk of these defenders. A lot of talk of Moon Knight and Spider-Man and Iron Fist and Luke Cage and Jessica Jones coming down, doing their thing. Now, obviously, it's probably not going to happen this season. Or if it does, it'll probably be the last episode. And we may just get one person. But do you think that Marvel has set the tone already to make Daredevil their Iron Man of TV shows?
No. I have a different theory when we get into the episode. But I'm going to say no on that one.
Okay. But do you see all those characters coming?
Not really. They would have to get a different fucking Iron Fist. Finn Jones, I don't give a fuck about how badly you want a second chance. We gave you the chance and you fucked it up.
We
Don't.
gave him a second
Get
chance
out
with
of it.
season 2.
And look at that. And on top of it, I forgot that you got 2 seasons. You had 2 fucking shots at it. You're done.
Yeah, you're done, son.
It's like the motherfucker who shows up at a cooking competition and loses and be like, I didn't get to show them what the fuck I can do. It's like, what the fuck did you do now?
Yeah.
Why the fuck were you not showing them what you can do when they told you, hey, here's a challenge. Show me what you got.
Yeah.
Then not only that, you need a new Luke Cage. Because Michael Coulter, I think is his name. He said he's not coming back. So you need to recast him and get somebody new. Jessica Jones was all right. You could keep her around if she wants to come back, but there's so much other work that you need to do. And for the love of God, Marvel, I personally don't give a shit if you only put out one thing a year. My only concern is make sure that what you're putting out is good. Stop with the crap. Stop with the motherfuckers who don't know what the fuck they're doing. Stop with you need to rewrite this shit 150 fucking times to get it right. Just do it right the first time. Measure twice, cut once.
Ready, fire, aim.
Don't. Yo, what they're doing is they're cutting it into pieces and then trying to see if they can glue the pieces to the length they need.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of good enough that we got Charlie Cox back as Daredevil. We can go with different characters. Like we're showing the White Tiger.
Yeah.
You know, like we got the Punisher. We obviously Spider-Man's there. You know what I'm saying? They mentioned him without mentioning him. They mentioned a bunch of vigilantes. This is where you can sit down and have different people show up in New York. They open up the floodgates for all these people.
Yo, you can have Night Thrasher. You can have Rage. Fucking show up. You can have fucking
The X-Men.
Huh?
The X-Men.
Well, shit, you got one mutant out there, right?
Yeah, shit.
There's a bunch of New York City vigilantes that you can now implement and put in and not have to fucking worry about bringing over everybody from the fucking Netflix era. Because let's not forget, the only reason Daredevil is working is because you brought back the entire feel, 90% of the feel of the fucking Netflix show.
Yeah.
Believe it or not too many people are hot on Luke Cage as a Netflix series. It's liked well enough. Everybody knows how the fuck we feel about Iron Fist. Jessica Jones season 1 is liked, but the rest of it is not. And absolutely nobody liked the fucking Defenders. And even on this fucking panel right now, I don't remember how many seasons of The Punisher there were. And I don't remember if I watched all of them.
I think there's 2 seasons of The Punisher, and I got to episode 5 of the first one and stopped. Like right when they were robbing the bank, and he's in the middle of the street, and he's about to have a gunfight with Jigsaw and his people, I stopped watching.
So then I saw the rest of the Jigsaw one. The one with the Amish men, I think I only saw like 2 or 3 episodes.
Yeah.
So right then and there, what the fuck? Daredevil was the only one that was 100% a fucking hit and 100% work.
Well, because Punisher, it kind of, in my opinion, now listen, I don't know the comics as well as y'all do, but in my opinion, I think they made a left turn when the story was about Jigsaw fucking forgetting his, like, losing his memory and falling in love with the therapist, and fucking Punisher falling in love with another girl with a kid, and like he's got a family again. And I'm sitting there like, this is not the Punisher. It's almost like you told us what happened to him, and then you made a makeshift, well, let's show you what happened to him in a prequel sequel movie. Like, wait. His family's dead already. I don't think the Punisher's gonna fucking sit there and adopt another fucking family. Like,
you know what's funny? As you're talking, I'm actively searching my brain. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about another family? I don't remember.
Yeah, from what I remember, there was a woman that had a kid, and she saved them, like some shit like that, and then they were traveling because they wanted to kill her. Like he was protecting her for something.
I thought Karen Page was all of the first episode, the first season.
Maybe that was the second season. Like I was like, this is not what I remember. Like I thought the Punisher would be somebody that was just going out there fighting crime, fucking like have like a hit list, or just fucking
kind of like Reacher.
Yeah, like he'll have the fucking walkie-talkie on, and this is where you turn around like, oh, fucking Crossbones is in New York, or you know, Tombstone or somebody, you know, like low level fucking people going like, oh, there's been a series of bank robbers that, you know, they're killing cops, they're doing this shit, and it's like, all right, well, no one else can stop them. You know what I'm saying? Like a show like that. Not for nothing. And this might sound sick, or this might sound fucked up. I kind of want to see an episode where Matt Murdock goes to jail for some reason, and the Punisher shoots a fucking purse thief, and then puts his hands down so he can go to jail to fucking protect Matt Murdock, because he knows Matt Murdock's Daredevil.
One, that doesn't sound sick, because that's exactly what happened in the comics. 2, spoiler alert, that might happen next season.
Right? Shit. But
that might happen by the end of this season. Who the fuck knows? Kingpin's the mayor.
Yeah. You know, but if you're gonna bring back Luke Cage and Iron Fist, like the characters, I think Luke Cage and Iron Fist would be better as a show. Like, you introduce him in Daredevil, right? Because as of right now, there's no other TV shows that I know of that's in this world. Introduce him in Daredevil.
But we'll get into it with the other episode.
Yeah, but introduce him in Daredevil. And then you can have a Heroes for Hire fucking show.
Which
I
is
think
what
that
we
would
were
be
saying to fucking begin with.
Yeah, I think that would be better use for them. You know, because fuck it, it's like we're gonna have a mystical immortal Iron Fist show that's basically gonna be Shang-Chi. Because Shang-Chi is, from what they showed in the movie and what they showed in the Netflix, he's Iron Fist just with the 10 rings. So the way to differentiate them is to have the fucking Heroes for Hire.
Yeah.
And that's something that you'd be like, yo, how come you guys didn't fight in the Battle of New York? We wasn't getting paid for that. You can even have their manager, Kevin Nash. So he's like, you want to make money? You want to make friends?
Or, how come you guys didn't fight in the Battle of New York? Okay. Where the fuck were y'all on 110th Street in Harlem?
Word.
Where the fuck were y'all in Hell's Kitchen when these motherfuckers showed up? I didn't see you guys fucking fighting.
Yeah.
You took care of Grand Central. Where the fuck were y'all everywhere else?
And the alien stood out of the Bronx.
Of course.
It's funny. We got a Bronx villain, but no hero. The Kingpin's from the Bronx. Most people wouldn't understand.
I'm gonna look it up because there's got to be somebody. There's got to be somebody from the Bronx.
Fucking what? El Nacho Cacho.
Nacho Libre.
Yeah, Hector Macho Camacho is a fucking Bronx hero. Shit. But yeah, man, let's get into these 2 episodes.
All right, hold on. Let's see. While the Marvel Universe has many heroes based in New York City, there aren't any established major superheroes who are explicitly from the Bronx.
See? That's why we all voted for Fisk.
All right, let me get into the. Hold on, let me hit the button. It is now time for the main event discussion. Daredevil episode 4 and 5 or 5 and 6. 5 and 6.
Yeah. But yeah, episode 5. Matt Murdock's looking for a loan. Walks into a bank, and we find one of the greatest characters in the Disney Plus series, Kamala Khan's pops.
Now, this is what I was saying. This is what I wanted to get into before, where Charlie Cox Daredevil is not the Iron Man of the Netflix shows. He's the connective tissue.
So he's the yo, for the life. I swear to God, if this was the $1 million question and Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, I would fucking 90% of the time get the shit like wrong. I would forget this nigga's name 90% of the time. Director Fury, Nick Fury. He's the Nick Fury of the DC of the Disney Plus shows. Oh, Coulson. Because technically, Nick Fury's in every single one of them. And
No, he's more like the guy who's like, okay, so all these shows are connected because he was over there with She-Hulk. They mentioned Spider-Man. We see Kamala Khan's family. Somebody said Moon and Knight in the same episode. Like, all this is, we now know everything's connected because Matt Murdock walked by something. So now we know. That's what he is. Because that's what that episode was. That episode was the quintessential, he's in the MCU. And this isn't a standalone The series is good. The series is Netflix, but he is firmly in the MCU. It was a lighter tone. You had the connection, and it was also the start of this. Remember, I said a couple of weeks ago that this show is like anime, and it's got arcs.
Yeah.
And we're now jumping into a new arc, and this was the start of that.
But my question to you is, did you talk to anybody and ask them why they didn't want Spider-Man to go to college? Did you try to convince them to change their mind? You can do that? Because, you know, if you think about it, Spider-Man was his intro into the MCU, but also his outro. Like, that was like, ah, look, Charlie Cox. And we erased him because he doesn't know Spider-Man anymore. So technically, he's not in here. And then Kamala Khan comes. It's like, there you go. That's the one we needed. That's the true hero we needed. A Pops.
But they forget one thing. Daredevil is going to be around Spider-Man and go, wait a minute. I know that smell from somewhere.
Mm.
And if he ever runs into Peter Parker, he's going to know.
Did he do that in the comics?
Huh?
Did he do that in the comics?
Well,
Smell him?
no, but in the comics, secret identities mean something.
So they're not just
Daredevil doesn't give a
Batman.
shit, huh?
They're not just Batman where they go, oh yeah, you are Superman.
Yeah. Like,
Look at his
in the
chin.
comics, Daredevil is not going to sit out there and shout out Peter Parker as Spider-Man because he doesn't want anybody to know he's Daredevil. But in the movie, you always got to fucking have they always got to know. Because we as the audience know, so they got, you know.
But does he know who Spider-Man is?
Well, Spider-Man never erased everybody's memory, and he outed himself during Civil War.
Did he know who Spider-Man was before that? They didn't hang out.
No, they hung out and teamed up a lot. Going after
Just don't give a shit, huh? I guess he just didn't give a shit.
Again, he knows the value of keeping the fucking secret. And I don't think there was ever a reason in the comics for Matt Murdock and Peter Parker to interact. I mean, if somebody watching can pull up something, but in my best recollection, it's always been Spider-Man and Daredevil.
I mean, has Peter Parker ever interacted with anybody outside of the suit?
Yeah, Peter Parker interacts with everybody outside with a lot of people. He once fucking Steve Rogers once threw his shield at him outside of his suit and he caught it. In a fucking show of like, yo, I'm not
to be fucked with.
Yeah.
Was that when he was chasing him?
Probably. Because you got to remember, out of everybody in the world, Spider-Man and Daredevil are the only ones in the MCU or the Marvel Universe that desperately need to keep kayfabe alive. They cannot afford to be fucking, it's me! It was me the whole time!
Because they live amongst the people who do this shit. He doesn't go home to a mansion full of security like Iron Man does.
Yeah.
And Cap lives in a cave with scraps.
No, but Cap's a fucking soldier.
Yeah.
Like, yo, why do you think? I mean, it wasn't always the case because the Vietnam shit, but why do you think somebody shows up in a police uniform and 70% of the people would be like, ah, fucking pig, get out of here. Somebody shows up to that same spot in a military uniform, and everybody's like, hey, thank you for your service. Like, nobody messes with him because he's a fucking...
Because they seen some shit in Grenada. Hey, remember anger management?
Dude, Grenada was rough.
Word. No, but yeah. No, I get you. Now, I know we're skipping in the second episode, but I just want to get your thoughts on this question while I still have it. What do you think the reason for the mask is for a vigilante? Now, I know it's to protect their identity, but what do you think the true meaning of the mask is? Like, why do you think people put the mask on to be a vigilante?
The true reason I think that people put the mask on to be a vigilante is the same reason people fucking go anonymous and go, you're just a fat fuck who sits in your room. Your fish are stupid. Your opinions are stupid. You love John Cena. You probably give him a hand job in the back of a fucking car. Because it allows you I can do whatever the fuck I want now. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to run into your room right now. Smack you upside your head. And then when you come in here, who, me? Wasn't me? That you looking for a guy with a mask. I'm not wearing no fucking mask. When it comes to Matt Murdock specifically, you see how quick to the violence he is.
Yeah.
You see how much he struggles with that shit, being a Catholic, right? You see what his father went through. Putting on that mask is his excuse to let all that shit go. When the Punisher looks at him and gives him that whole fucking speech, the difference between Frank Castle and Matt Murdock is Frank Castle knows who he is and what he's willing to do. Matt Murdock is ashamed that he has to live in a society where he can't do what he wants to. So he puts on the mask to disassociate himself. And while in that mask, he doesn't feel the shame of having to live in a society where he's got to follow the rules and there's a certain way to do things. He just gets to go out there and beat the shit out of people.
See, that's the benefit of actually reading the comics and knowing these characters, like, in depth. Because me, I would have answered the question as you put on the mask because it shows that anyone can be this person.
That's the reason the writers put the mask. If you look at Stan Lee talk about Spider-Man, he said he specifically designed him to be covered head to toe because readers can then put themselves in Spider-Man's position because anybody can be under that mask. But for the actuality of why you would put on a mask is, think about it. Peter Parker, you're telling me that Peter Parker could save everybody in New York, but he can't save his aunt? You mean to tell me that in actuality, the minute people find out, oh, Spider-Man's Peter Parker? Let's all go kill his aunt. That'll show him. You mean to tell me every single person, the minute they find out, in real life, not written for drama and all that shit and to get readers to come back. In real life, you mean to tell me that this guy who can swing from buildings, catch cars, you can't hit him because he somehow feels you're going to do something before you fucking do it? That's the guy who, the minute you find out who he is, you're going to go fuck with his family. But yet, in reality, we all know who the fuck leads the gang. We all know who the fuck the man down the 2 houses down is that you don't fucking talk to or talk about. Nobody touches them. We all know who they are. Not a fucking person touches them. But Spider-Man, we're gonna fucking... Like, come on. It's only done because you lose your inhibition when you can disassociate and you don't have to be the one who's there. Think about it. Felicia Harding. She is absolutely 100% in love with Spider-Man, not Peter Parker. They're the same fucking person. Except they're not. Spider-Man does shit that Parker won't do.
And Parker goes places Spider-Man can't.
Yeah. And dude, you see with me. Whenever we're doing something and Funvic shows up. And I put on that fucking veneer, Funvic. And now I'm hosting game night. Or I'm dancing at Nick's wedding and shit.
Yeah.
It's because that facade fucking showed up. But sorry, I think I took your question and went too real.
No, but I mean, no, that's what I was saying, because that was the question that the therapist posed to Matt Murdock, and that's why Matt wears a mask. And I guess Punisher's mask is just straight, sorrow or vengeance or.
Punisher doesn't need a mask.
No, but I'm saying, like, his emotion is his mask. It overcame him, and now he's just like, fuck that. Like, you know what I'm saying? He has the skull on his fucking chest, and he's just, his inner demons control him.
Yeah. So, before we get too deep, for anybody who's watching, the 5th episode was a bank robbery episode. Like we said, he went in to try to get a loan. The loan was denied. Then motherfuckers robbed the bank. And Matt went in there and Matt stopped it. But even that, right, was Matt using this situation to give himself permission to act in that way. He could have easily just called the cops and walked away and let the law do what it does. But no, he had an itch and he used this as an excuse to get back in there.
Yeah. And the way he brutally broke that man's leg at the end of that episode.
Yeah. That was the start. What the fuck was the first thing I said when episode 6 started?
Oh, him and Fisk are gonna put on that suit and beat the shit out of somebody.
Yeah. I predicted exactly what happened at the end of episode 6, right at the beginning. It might have even been at the end of episode 5.
Yeah. Shit, but now you said that the show has arcs like anime. Like, what was the purpose of episode 5? Just to have Matt Murdock break that barrier and go, okay, like
So-
almost giving him an excuse to become Daredevil again.
Yeah, so episode 5 would serve two purposes. It would serve as the anchor point to show you he's definitively in the MCU, right? And to start the Daredevil arc. So what we saw the first 2 episodes was the Netflix arc. Then episode 3 and 4 was the Matt Murdock arc. Then, as in all anime, we get 5, which was kind of filler, but this time necessary filler.
Yeah.
And it now starts what these next few episodes would be the Daredevil arc.
You know, episode 6, the stories are very similar to each other, Fisk and Matt Murdock.
Yeah.
Because it started off with White Tiger's niece telling Matt Murdock about the abductions and all that, and Matt Murdock's like, "What do you want me to do?" And she said, "Literally anything." Almost like, "Yo, I'm asking you to help me," and she doesn't know he's Daredevil, but it's like, "I'm asking you to be Daredevil." Like, and Fisk, on the other hand, is talking to these rich people, and it's almost like you changed to be the mayor, you changed who you were, and the rich people are like, "You ain't shit." Where that's what his father was saying to him when he was younger. And that's what made him the Fisk he was, the Kingpin. So it's like, that's why he was like, "Yo, bro, I honestly think," and we'll get into this more, that vigilante squad that he made is not just for Muse. But go ahead.
Oh, definitely. It's more. It's for more than just Muse. But I was gonna say, when she said literally anything, me and you had 2 very different fucking reactions to that. If I'm not mistaken, you were like, "Yeah, motherfucker, do something," and I was on the line of, "He's a fucking defense lawyer. What the fuck do you want him to do?"
Yo, he could have been like, "Give me the thing. I'll talk to my guy. He can give it to a cop, and they can, investigate the shit."
That's what he said.
No, he told her to go to the cops.
Yeah, but in that scenario, what the what the fuck would be the difference?
Remember, they just killed. She blames the cops for killing her uncle.
Yes, but hear me out. She goes to the cops. I found all this information on the missing people, and they go, "What's your name?" Whatever
Latoya
I am,
Jackson.
right?
Yeah.
And they go, "Oh, you're related to that dude. We'll take it," and then they don't do shit with it.
Yeah.
Right? So what's the difference between that and Matt turning around and going, "Hey, I came across this fucking information about missing people. You might want to check there." And they go, "You're the dude who defended White Tiger. We got it." And then he walks out and they do nothing with it. So it's essentially saying the same shit. Like that's why it's such a cool dichotomy that Spider-Man, Daredevil, Superman, and Batman are very fucking distinctly Parker Spider-Man, Wayne Batman, Murdock Daredevil, Kent Superman. They are very distinctly 2 separate entities. Matt Murdock cannot do shit about what she said. Daredevil can. But she don't know he's Daredevil.
Yeah. And it kind of, it made like Daredevil was all right. So, and I'm saying Daredevil because it almost was like Matt Murdock was going, "I can't help you. I got my fix of being a vigilante already by doing the bank robbery." But then when you see him drink the drink and the guy's telling him about the serial killer that killed 60 people, the look on his face was, "I could have prevented it." It was almost like a regret, like, I'm the reason why this guy is doing this, to all these people because I never stopped them. If I was there, this wouldn't have been 60 fucking people.
Yeah.
You know? And it like the whole thing with Fisk, he's holding on to being the mayor and not turning into the kingpin. Because remember, Matt Murdock is Daredevil, Wilson Fisk is the kingpin. Right? So when he spoke to those rich people, it was like fuck, because the kingpin's rules were find out what they need and either give it to them or withhold it. And that's how you get him to do what you want. And what did he do at the end of the fucking movie, or like towards the end of the show? He found out a bunch of dirty cops that needed freedom and basically the carte blanche to do whatever they wanted to get shit done. And he gave it to them so they can follow him. And that's why I was saying, I think those rich people, and the reason why they showed the sword master is because I think they're gonna fuck with him and he's gonna probably fight back. But I think those cops are gonna wind up harassing some of these rich people, and then Fist is gonna offer protection, and then he's gonna have these rich people in the palm of their hands. Because yes, you can make a call, and something happens, but I can make a call and you'll be dead.
Yo, I agree with you 100%. I want to point out the pure fucking hypocrisy.
Yeah.
Vigilantes are destroying our city. So I'm going to vigilantize a bunch of cops.
Yeah, get shit done. Well, what he's saying is when the mayor does it, it's not illegal. But yeah, it and then he beats Homeboy. It was like I fought a lot of men that were bigger than me, and I realized one object, even the odds. And he threw a fucking axe at Homeboy and said, "Here goes your evening the odds."
Yo,
dead.
no, the one thing, I don't agree with Fisk on pretty much anything. But the one thing I do agree on is the dude your wife had an affair with. If you get that chance, you whoop that motherfucker's ass. And the only reason I'm saying that is because I believe in self-defense. Like if a woman came at me with a knife, different story. But in general, I don't believe in hitting a woman. So I'm not going to take my frustrations out on her. But him. What's the difference between hitting him and hitting the wall? I don't got to plaster the wall again.
That's true.
Yo, I'm going to tell this story here. Our mom was engaged to somebody before she met my dad. Our dad, right?
Yep.
That engagement fell through because that dude turned out to be a piece of shit. There's another story for another time in there. But that dude would call the house from time to time. And my dad would literally just go, "Hello? Esther, it's this dude again." And not give a flying fuck. Because he knew that my mom would just turn around like, "What do you want? Who gives a shit?" And hang up the phone. Right? He never once was worried at all. I do not have that in my body. No matter how many times, in reality, I would hand my phone over to my wife and watch my wife go, "Leave me the fuck alone," and hang up on him. The first call, I'd be like, "This is weird. Here you go." Watch the interaction. If the interaction is, "Shut the fuck up, get away from me, hang up the phone," the second time he calls, he don't make it past me. We're not doing this shit. You're not going to call. You don't need to know how my kids are doing. You don't need to know how she's doing. The only thing you need to know is by hanging up the phone, you bought yourself another fucking day. I'm not playing that shit. I don't know how Dad did it, but that ain't me. So I say all that because watching Kingpin beat this man, Yo, I'm with him 100%. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Vanessa. Your husband got shot in the motherfucking face and lived.
Yeah.
You got lonely because he needed some time to heal and settle that score? Fuck out of here. Through richer, through poorer, through sickness and health, through bad times and good, you fucking wait 6 months or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. No, I mean I hear you, but it was beautiful though, because it was almost like the Kingpin and Daredevil beat the shit out of these people the exact same way.
Yeah,
They choreographed one fight scene and they just fucking changed the people in the fight.
It was like watching The Fifth Element when Mila Jovovich is kicking the shit out of everybody and the bitches on stage.
Yeah.
Doing her fucking song like.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was like. That shit was dope. And bro, I'm telling you, you see him turn into the Kingpin, him turn into Matt Murdock. Not the bullets in the face. No, yo, but yeah, so he turns into to the Daredevil. He turns into Kingpin, and now I'm feeling like, okay, now the real story has started, because now we had talks earlier that the first 4 episodes you wasn't even going to see the Daredevil. If you think about it, they just made the first episode, and then the next was Matt Murdock. Because episode 1, Foggy died. Episode 2 through 5, Matt Murdock. Episode 6, Daredevil. So those 4 episodes, we didn't get Daredevil. We got Daredevil in episode 1 and 6. So I still think we're at the story they were telling. It probably was one of those like, I like your story here, but we need that one thing that draws them in.
You know what I think happened? I think they did what we did. You know how when we did the rewrites of She-Hulk,
Yeah.
I literally was like, I'm not even gonna change what the fuck they did. Like, I'm gonna keep the same structure they had. I'm just gonna tell it in a way that fucking makes sense.
Yeah.
I think that's what they did. They were like, let's keep the same structure, but let's do it the Netflix style, and let's tell it in a way that makes fucking sense.
I don't know why, but the way you said do it, I just pictured fucking Leroy Green. Do it, baby. Yeah. You want to be like Soul Brother number 1? Yo, show, get on the fucking show and not in the chat. And yes, you did say that in your vows. I was there.
Yo, we about to get off the air, show. So
Word. I was there in your wedding. I heard you say, if you get shot in the face, I'll be there, in Michael Jackson voice. But yeah, it was. I liked it, and then you got to see Muse, and Muse wasn't a one-off episode.
You got to see Daredevil beat the shit off out of somebody who wasn't expecting him to be there.
Yeah.
Now let's see what happens when Muse is expecting this shit. I think one of my favorite parts is Muse hearing something, looking down the hallway, and you're like, I don't see anything. Until that last second, we're like, oh shit, he's running at me.
Yeah.
And then he hooked the fucking baton and fucking shot over with a Superman punch. Which is something that Charlie Cox has said. The main difference between the Netflix show and this show is he was like, they found ways to organically implement more super heroics from Daredevil, where he's swinging with his baton, where he has faster movement, where he comes in and does other shit that he wouldn't have done in the Netflix show, because the Netflix show didn't have that background to facilitate it.
Yeah. But
Now,
now here's my question. Now this is just all like my brain works mysterious ways. Now, do we get the girl with a lot of blood loss and she's fucking like he's giving her CPR and he punches her in the chest and she wakes up? Do we get the girl going, "Don't bring me to a hospital, take me home," and then she puts on the amulet and that heals her, but then that also starts the whole. Is it an addiction or is it just withdrawals?
for what?
The amulet, because when he takes off the
No.
amulet, doesn't he go through withdrawals?
The amulet, that part is not in the comics. That's something they intimated in the show. That's
Oh,
They don't
okay.
have a problem with it. Here's my only issue with that. She technically died. Well, my only issue goes back to the ending of, what was it, episode 3? Where they killed White Tiger?
Yeah.
It's like he had the amulet on, and it meant absolutely nothing because he got murked easily. So now you're telling me the amulet magically can heal and all, like, where was the benefit when he had it?
I mean, they didn't give him much time.
But
I,
it,
yeah.
that fight should have been a little, shit, and drove home more. Was that actually Frank Castle? Because again, we've only seen White Tiger in a fucking bodega sweep a leg, right?
Okay. So, were there talks about reshoots because he died, and maybe he was supposed to be in there for longer?
That I cannot answer. Until Ray said something, I didn't even know the actor had passed.
Okay.
So I mean, logistically, I get it.
That is the one thing that doesn't fit.
Yeah. Because I mean, it kind of took the wind out of the sails a little bit.
Yeah.
So
Get excited for White Tiger, and then the second time we see him, bloop.
yeah, like I wouldn't put him past I wouldn't put it past them to do what you said. To just have her bring him home and have the amulet do whatever. But I don't think, well, I don't even have to think. She's not nowhere near ready to pick up a mantle or to join the Young Avengers or to get that amulet.
Yeah.
And the actress they have is she's doing a very good job. But I mentioned this. I had mentioned this before, or not before on the show, but I mentioned it while we were watching it. We don't need 2 4 foot nothing people running around in costumes. We got the Black Widow one in Brave New World. We don't need now an untrained 4'2" teenager who looks like she's fucking 12
Yeah.
putting on a costume and trying to beat the shit out of people. We need a different actress. And again, we don't need a fucking Amazon, but I mean, come on. I'm looking it up right now. I mean, I'm gonna look it up officially, but does that person look 4'11"?
No.
Looks standard 5'4", 5'6".
I'm trying to think, like, who else could it be? His wife?
Hmm?
Who else could take the man? His wife, or is
Yeah.
it just we're not gonna get another white tiger?
So she's drawn at 5'7". And here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. I am 5'4". Right?
I am
And
7'1".
I was watching, I think it was with you, watching a Pop the Balloon or some shit.
Yeah.
Oh no. What was it? Where we were watching Next Level Chef. And one of the coaches, Richard Blaze, was trying to, if you ever watch it, there's a whole platform that moves and all that shit. The platform was leaving. He jumped up to try to grab something. And one of the contestants was like, damn, he actually went to reach for it. Now, Richard Blaze is not a tall man by any means. And I looked it up. The motherfucker's 6 foot tall.
Yeah.
Now, I, in my life, have never had an issue with my height. I don't give a fuck. But after watching Pop the Balloon and watching women after women tell people who are 6 foot and over that they're too short, and now watching somebody say a 6 foot man, Richard Blaze, is not the tallest motherfucker in the world, I am the world's tallest fucking dwarf. And for visual purposes, because this is a visual medium, it makes a lot more sense to have somebody who's around that height to do the things they need to be done. And this is coming from somebody who watches wrestling and acknowledges that Rey Mysterio, right? Rey Mysterio looks good at his height, doing everything he does. Everybody else at his height looks like they're just fucking not tall enough. The Motor City Machine Guns, who are taller than Rey Mysterio, look too small to be in the WWE.
Yeah, they
They're
do.
just visually, they don't look tall enough. And they fight DIY, who's probably the same height as them.
It's true. What up, show?
It's literally just a visual thing.
Yeah.
I mean, think about how it was watching that Black Widow. I can't remember her name because they changed it from what she was supposed to be in the comics. But think about what she looked like in the hallway fighting everybody. And how much of a fucking suspense of disbelief. Like, yeah, the Black Widow, the Red Room, great training. But there's only now been 3 of them that has been sustained characters. So it couldn't have been that fucking good.
Mm-hmm. Only 3 of them.
If you recast the girl, who would you put?
I don't know.
Carmen Diaz.
I don't know
Salma Hayek.
actors that well. Like I'm not on the scene of what the fuck up and coming actors or some shit.
Yeah.
Rosie Perez.
Motherfucker, we don't need the grandmother to come out.
What's up?
This is Abuela Blanco.
OJ, come here and finish your green bean. OJ, yeah, listen, I couldn't.
Green bean.
Green bean. Joe, what up,
Joe?
Joe?
What's up? What's good? What's good, Imam? What's up, brother? How you doing, U.S. Navy? U.S. Navy in the building.
Yo, did you stop mid sentence to start another one?
I got a salute, man.
No, because all I heard was yum snap.
I said
U.S. Navy in the building. Like, what?
I said what's up to the U.S. Navy, and then I stopped and I said salute. You gotta stop talking.
No snap.
Sure.
U.S. Navy in the building.
In your head, that's what you said. Out loud, you said exactly what Toe just said.
Damn, my bad.
No, snap. Yeah,
I only understood U.S. Navy.
You was like homeboy from King of the Hill. No, honestly.
Yo, the guy from fucking what is? I don't even. He don't even have the name from the Adam Sandler movie. bang from the
Oh,
football
Waterboy.
movies.
Waterboy.
Yeah. Well, that's not his name. I don't know that they never
That
gave
was
him
the
a
name
name.
of the movie.
Correct. They never gave the character a name. Is what I was saying.
Probably, but sure. Did you watch these last 2 episodes?
I fortunately I did. This is why I'm late because I actually absolutely fucked up today, as I usually do.
Wait, you saw today's episode?
Yeah. Let me tell you the story.
No. Do not tell us what the fuck happens.
No, I'm not gonna tell you what. Tell you the story. I'm going home, and I throw Daredevil on. Boom. I didn't really pay attention to what I put on, so I see is Matt Murdock and Froggy. They being lawyers. I'm like, oh, that's nice. It's a flashback.
Oh,
The little blonde girl.
Hold on.
I'm not talking
You
about
literally
today's show.
just said, I'm not going to tell you what happens in the episode, and then you start off with Augie and Matt Murdock are having a flashback in this episode.
Can you listen, sir? You're not
I
listening.
am listening. That's the problem.
But let me finish my story.
You're telling me what's happening in this episode to tell us why you watched this episode and
I'm not
not spoil what happened. You just told us.
I'm not telling you.
Story.
Let me tell me my story. Let me say my story.
Probably put on Netflix.
Thank you. Gosh, darn, you fucked it up. I'm out of here. Gosh darn it. You can't even let me finish my fucking story. Now I feel like Cody. I'll wait for the next WrestleMania.
Sure. You
But correct.
Think,
I did fucked up.
You honestly think that the guy who put on who put on The Predator while we were trying to watch Predators is not going to turn around and go, I fucked up, and not have me think you were watching Netflix and not Disney Plus?
Listen. My bad. It was a good show though. But I did that's why I was late. I had to go another hour and actually watch today's show, which I can't speak about because you guys didn't watch it.
Yes. Did you watch last week's 2 episodes? That's the original question I asked you before you went on this diatribe.
Yes, I did. I watched all of them.
Okay, so what did you think about the bank episode, number 5? Let's start off there.
I love that episode to the point I remember I told Toe if I ever had a superpower, that would be mine. I want to hear people from far. Everything.
Super hearing.
Yeah, I mean, I like Daredevil's powers. He can hear everything before it's coming. That's about it. And he can hear the heartbeat. He's a lie detector test.
He's a lie detector test.
No, he has all of his other senses are heightened. How many senses are there?
5.
Okay. He got one of them taken away. The other 4 are super heightened.
See, I didn't know. I thought it was just the hearing. Very nice. But yeah, I did watch.
They explain this.
You do know how I watch stuff? I actually watch it. I got to watch it 3 or 4 times to actually watch it.
Sure, that Netflix came out, what, how many years ago? The movie with Ben Affleck came out how many fucking years ago? The comics have been out for how many fucking years? Like,
show was new to me. I'm about to go watch it again. This shit look dope. But
so
yeah.
What are you trying to open over there?
I'm not opening nothing. I'm just fidgeting as I'm talking.
you're just crumpling paper for no reason.
Yo,
you gotta let me, I think
I'm thinking you open up some butterscotch or some shit, like you just can't get that motherfucker to open. Like,
well, you gotta let me know because my game is messed up. I don't know where my game went because y'all never used to hear anything I used to do. I always been fidgety.
Yeah.
Why are you? My question is, we're asking you, what the fuck are you doing? And your instinct is to just either lie outright or not understand what we're asking. So you're like, I'm not doing shit.
Wait.
Yo, it's like you're opening up butterscotch and you're like, this ain't the right one. Then we get another one. Like you stole the bank's butterscotch, man, because you're looking for that fucking that jewel. You just
I'm just talking. It's all the way down here. Yo, mom, I gotta fix my game. This joint is so far away. I feel like Gigi. You can hear Gigi's life outside. You can hear everything going on. Super hearing. Gigi is Daredevil's mic. I love it. You can hear everything. It's perfect. You know how
Daredevil's mic.
You know how Daredevil could hear it down the block. The other day, I could hear somebody's fire a fire alarm from Gigi's mic. Beep beep. I'm like, Gigi, they burning. You don't remember?
It was because the door alarm. And then you go back to
I'm fidgety because y'all making me laugh.
Just fix your fucking game.
I know a word. What's going on with my fucking game, bro?
What are you messing with?
You probably have the wrong profile on. Check your profile.
Let me see. Tell you right now.
Yeah, what are you messing with?
Yeah, bro. Come on.
What are you messing with? Yeah, bro. Come on.
Rule number 1: deny.
Nah, I was in the wrong profile. Do I sound better?
Your sound is not has not.
All right, I'm about to start fidgeting. Y'all shouldn't hear it. Do y'all hear that?
Yes. You clearly grabbed
Gosh
something.
darn it.
I was just about to say you clearly grabbed paper and moved it.
Damn, this joint is crazy.
You might want to move your camera too, because we can see past your green screen.
I can't listen. What was it? What movie was that? All right, player, you got me. No problem. Why you ain't do that when the fat bitch jumped on me? Better?
Yeah. I said move your camera because when you hit your, there you go. Oh, you can't hear that shit because I got the wrong mic on this shit too. This shit
fucking up.
It always changes my mic when it wants to because the last couple of times it used the right mic. Now it's using the wrong one. Motherfuckers. All right, show. So what do you think of the? You loved the bank episode.
I did.
Because of Kamala Khan's father.
And everything, I remember.
What do you think of the episode where he became the Daredevil again?
It's like he held it for so long, and he tried. I give him props. He tried to change, but there was only one person that was gonna save that little girl. Wait a minute. Am I talking about the right episode? Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay, don't scare me. I was like, shit. I'm trying not to say anything about the new one. But yeah, there was only one person that was going to go get that little girl, and it was Daredevil. And it was perfect.
All right. In lieu of you not spoiling what this new episode, my question is not directed at Toe. So, as the arbiter of when the F word gets used, how did you feel about Matt Murdock just going, fuck it, and putting on the suit? No, I can't hear you clap.
No, I didn't clap that loud. No, but that's when you do it. When you have a fucking moment. When you're sitting there going, should I? It's like, condom, no condom, condom, no condom, condom. Like, CVS is there, but I want fuck it. You're going wrong. Boom, perfect. I can't even press the button because you ain't going to hear the bing, 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 bing. Not rock. Go fuck yourself. Nah. Little girl need help. She was kidnapped by a nigga in a white mask. About to be drained of blood and painted in a mural. Fuck it. Let's go kick some ass.
Yo,
you know what I'm saying?
Real quick.
Oye, Roca, vete a la mierda.
There you go. Look at Toad's face, confused. He don't know what
he said, John Cena, you're still my hero, but you're a piece of shit.
No, I literally just said in Spanish, hey, Rock, go fuck yourself.
Shit, but no, yeah,
Which, on a side note, we were watching Forged in Fire, and they were doing gladiator names. They were doing some weird tournament, and I told Toe what my gladiator name would be. In Greek, I had it written out, "Hey Rock, go fuck yourself," but it said it in Greek.
Word. While show's fidgeting.
I'm fidgeting if I'm muted. Now you lying.
Oh no, I heard the paper moving.
Yeah, we all heard that.
Yeah,
How?
you didn't mute yourself.
I just lowered the volume on my mic completely.
No, you are not using your mic then.
That's the issue then.
Yo, hit
Yo, can y'all still hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the hell am I using? I don't have another mic.
You're using the Easy Cap Cam Link mic.
My camera?
That's why the game's too loud.
Bro, I've been trying to figure this out. I'm like, my mic is not working the same. I apologize. Are y'all hearing everything?
No wonder.
I've been doing this for years. I'm like, this shit. I've been fidgeting all my life. Shit.
Now we know why you hear. Not for nothing. In my head, I was like, your mic is trash right now, bro. It's not the game. Everything is horrible. Like,
get out.
You sound clear, but I can tell that you're in a fucking echo environment. Like, there's no settings on your mic. And now I realize you're not using. No, you're not. Like, I'm using. No, you're not.
Yo. Oh shit. I'll be back.
Holy shit, man. I don't know what the fuck I was going to say. Oh, I was going to ask him about the police, but shit. Who fixes his fucking mic? My man said, I've been fidgeting the whole time. It's like, well. You need to stop now. Oh, man.
Oh, man.
There you go.
This is some bullshit, bro. This has been like a week, I think. It's been like that the whole. Y'all been hearing everything.
Move something or shuffle something.
I'm already moving something.
Okay. Yeah. Now you good. You even sound better now.
I could be myself. I could fidget. Y'all wouldn't even notice.
I think I'm gonna notice when your shoulder starts moving rapidly in one direction.
Well, now you heard me. Shoot.
Shit.
Show you fidgeting. But anyways, now ask me all the questions you want.
All right. Yo, what did you think of Kingpin putting together that police team?
I'm curious to find out what is shit. I'm curious to find out.
You saw that episode, right?
Is that today's episode? That's today's episode.
No.
That's what I'm saying. But anyways,
when did you watch today's episode? What time did you watch it?
Just now. I know what you're talking about. The task force he put together when he called, he said it. I know. I understand. I'm curious to find out. The reason why I'm saying this is because I already got the answer. That's why I stopped myself. Like, wait a minute, this is gonna sound so fake.
All right.
I'm curious to find out if they're there to hunt him. Who is he putting that task force for? That's what I'm curious for.
It was initially for Muse, the guy who was painting the murals.
I thought it was for Daredevil.
No, they had an understanding in episode 2 that if he comes out as Daredevil, then he's gonna fuck him up. And Matt Murdock was like, if you come out as the Kingpin, I'm gonna fuck you up.
But Murdock came out as the Daredevil.
And Fisk came out as the Kingpin.
As of right now.
So
as far as we know, Nobody knows.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me ask you a question, Show.
Yes, sir.
When you know that we are a week behind because the episodes come out as we're doing this live, why would you go and watch today's episode and then come on to talk to us?
Another mistake. Remember, I had watched the Netflix one. So when I watched the Netflix one, I was late. So I switched over to Disney and just pressed the last one. I didn't know there was a new one today.
But why would you not just jump the fuck on?
To speak about what?
Anything and everything, bro.
I wouldn't know anything about what y'all speaking about because I didn't watch the show.
What is the difference?
Oh, wait.
Ray don't watch the goddamn show either. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
That's why he's not on anymore.
Oh, shit.
Shit, but hold on, wait. You didn't watch the episode, but then you watched the new one?
I'm confused. Which can
What's
I
the-
say the number of episode?
No. What's the name of the episode that you watched? What's the name of it? What's the name of the episode you watched?
Okay, wait a
Because the
minute.
last one before today's episode was Excessive Force, I believe.
I watched Excessive Force.
Today?
Yeah.
That was the second. There was 2 episodes last week. Remember I told you there was 2 episodes?
5 and 6.
Yeah. So you didn't watch 7.
I did watch 7. It's watched. So which one is the new one? 7?
7.
I watched
Two.
the new one. I didn't know it was a new one, but I didn't blow up anything. I didn't mess up anything for you guys.
But you watched the new one to come on here and talk about it because you didn't watch the old one.
Because I thought that was the one we were watching. But I did watch the old one. And I did watch.
You watched the old one.
No, I watched Excessive Force. Excessive Force, I watched it last week.
So then you could have just jumped on.
But this is what I'm not understanding. I didn't know that was the episode I was supposed to watch. Obviously, because I wouldn't have watched the new one. I'm lost, bro. I
Okay,
almost
so-
watched the Netflix version.
All right,
I would've
look.
had the Netflix version.
Because I don't think episode knows this. Show.
Yeah.
The new episodes come out on Tuesdays at 9 p.m.
And our show.
Fun
is
fact.
Tuesday or Monday.
Yeah. Fun fact: the Nukkle HeDD Comics podcast come out
Is,
on Tuesdays
Tuesday
at 9 p.m.
So
So
if I
we
get
can't
home
talk
late-
about the new episode because we literally didn't watch it before we came on.
Okay. You right.
So when you came home, you said, "Let me watch the new episode so that way I could be all caught up on something that they can't physically watch because they was doing something else." Why'd
Alright.
you fidget it?
No, you heard it?
No.
Oh shit.
And that, my friends, is why Wilson Fisk is my favorite villain. I'm starting to believe Shay and Ray are related. They have to be.
Shay and Ray. I'm
Yeah,
Shay
he's
now?
spelled- he's spelled-
Oh my god.
Hey, if you don't put in any effort to get here on time, they don't put in any effort to spell your name right.
Word. Come on, Damian. The last
And on
episode,
that note,
last episode you watched, he actually saved the girl. Beat up
All right.
news.
that's enough out
I'm
of you.
fucking with you. I'm fucking with you.
Nah, I'm watching it right now. I'm like, I'm not fucking up.
That
So
is
we know
enough
what
out-
happened. We
Enough out of you, man. You have no idea.
goes from
You
the
have no
future.
idea what you're going to be saying. And we have no idea what the fuck you're going to be talking about. Whether
So-
it's some shit we haven't seen, or some shit we have seen, or some shit you haven't seen from the shit we saw 15 years ago.
Word. So
Well, listen, you watched 50 years ago. You fucked it up for us.
Motherfucker said I put on the Netflix one and saw.
The Foggy was dancing. All right. Yo, show, just for future reference, next week, the episode you watched today
We'll speak about next week.
is the one we are talking about next week.
That's perfect.
In other words,
Not, yeah.
when you get home, just jump the fuck on. Don't bother watching anything.
That's perfect. Because
we like to keep it simple for you.
I need to watch that shit again.
Just like this show, just like this. Tomorrow we will be talking about sports. You don't need to watch the draft to get on.
So how are we gonna speak about the draft?
We will after the draft happens.
Okay.
Yo, I don't really watch sports, but I can tell you that Tennessee's got the first pick. They're probably gonna take Caleb Williams. The Browns have the second pick. They might go for one of the position players, leaving leaving Deion Sanders' son to number 3, which the Giants might pick. Or if the Browns pick him going number 2, then Travis Hunter is probably going to go number 3 to the Giants. Or they could trade back to try to get somebody else and a quarterback in the fucking second round. And I don't fucking watch sports.
Nah, I don't know if this is a test, but Caleb Williams is already playing for the Bears.
He's gonna draft him again. See, show, this is why you need to watch the episodes.
I want to know who the first pick
quarterback's name is.
This is why you need to watch the episode, show.
Cam Newton, whoever the fuck.
You see what he did? This is what you did to us. You came in and you said Caleb Williams is gonna be drafted by the Bears, and everyone he was already drafted by the Bears. See what I mean? I watched the wrong draft.
All right, so here's the thing, I got the name wrong, but everything else was right.
Oh shit. Cam Ward, I think he was trying to talk.
Cam Newton.
Nah, you haven't mentioned Cam Ward, so he has to be 1 or 2.
That's who I was trying to. The moral of the story is,
correct.
If I don't watch shit, I can still come on and talk about something. You guys do watch it, so you can come on and talk about it before it happens, because you can just give your thoughts on what you would like to see happen.
I agree.
So also, we're talking about the episode you just watched next week. So you don't need to watch no more shit.
I'm gonna watch it again.
Don't even watch it again, because you might watch next week's episode.
My apologies.
Don't watch the shit no more.
Yeah,
wait until we finish talking about every episode, and then next season starts, and then watch this season when next season's on. Yeah, shit. Don't even go to the Disney movies. Don't watch Momoa neither, too. None of that. Howie, none of that shit.
Moana?
Yeah, Moana, your mama. None of them. Don't even watch Mufasa on Disney Plus.
And on that note,
Yeah. You got any last thoughts, show, before app finds you?
You better shut this shit down before I fuck it up for y'all. I started talking about episodes I don't know about. He said it from 50 years ago.
There you go. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, it's your friendly neighborhood knuckleheads signing out. Peace, everybody.
Wilson Fisk died. I seen it. Damn, I fucked it up.